Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and today we're going to be doing part of the new Horizon story that has been added to the game. It's Drift Club Mexico, and even though I'm not a massive drifting fan, I do enjoy it in some regards, and I have at least, gotten 3 stars on the PR stunt zones, on the drift zones on this game, so I'm a little bit competent, I can say that. So yeah, let's see where this one is. It's up there on the... there we go, there it is. So yeah, I'm getting there in the Oldsmobile Tornado, newly added in the car pass. Love the car, but it's not a car that's going to be drifting. So let's see what we're going to be getting in and what we're going to be doing. So back in the slide again. So I will be doing 3 today on this episode, and then I'll do the other 3 in the next episode, because these can tend to be quite long, or especially if I have to redo any of them. So yeah, Robert Glenn, drift aficionado and travelling proponent of effective lateral cornering, has finally made it to Mexico. And as a reminder, the first rule of Drift Club is please tell everyone about Drift Club. We have meetings every Thursday, extra is available if you need them. Ha ha ha, Fight Club reference there. So yeah, let's see what we're going to be doing.
There's only one Welshman I know who can handle a car like that.
Ah, well, it's not a patch on your sideways skills, that's for sure.
Modest as always. So, what are we doing?
Driving a Trueno around, that's what we're
I
doing.
need a third-party evaluation of the modifications to my Sprinter.
So just drift it down the runway. Let's go.
A nice show for the local drift club, just like back in the UK.
Have to get 50,000 to
There
get
we
the
go,
3
that's
stars.
everything shaken out and warmed up. Feel free to keep going, though.
Easy enough
That
in this
really
thing,
is the
we've got
best way
plenty of
around the
time.
corner.
Actually, there is increasing acceptance of the value of lateral velocity in shortening a corner, even in
go.
more conventional racing contexts.
See how high we can go though before we hit the end.
It's been too long, Rob.
The temp on those tyres is coming up nicely. Keep at it.
See that the wheels have been cambered a little bit at the front to improve driftability.
Head back to the top if you want another run.
There we go. Pretty
So,
easy, but it was the first one, so.
Grand opening of Drift Club Mexico.
Who told you about that?
You're too easy, Rob. Call me for the next one, you hear?
I imagine it'll get harder than that. And the reward for doing this Horizon story is the Ford Mach-E, a drift version of that car. 1400 horsepower, and more crucially, you can switch between all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive on the
Do you have
fly.
time to drop by and have a look at my Nissan? For the thing.
Sure, Rob. Anything for not Drift Club.
We get on Drift Club T. So yeah, you will unlock extras via the accolade menu.
Mexico.
In 400 yards, turn right.
So yeah, we would drive there, but might take a little bit a long time in the Tornado there. So let's fast travel. I have gotten most of the fast travel boards now, so it's not costing me too much to do that anymore. Right, Reservoir Drift. It's time to see what a properly configured Sylvia R drift platform can do in the hands of the right driver. Oh, 300,000 points for 3 stars, so that, depending on the length of it, might be quite difficult. But if it's long enough, then we might well be able to do it.
So, what have we got here?
Nice.
The Nismo GTR. I do love a Nissan. One of the best drift platforms in the world. In my opinion, of course. Evidence for other opinions is welcome.
Don't know why it said Sylvia R in the description there. Probably a typo, but yeah, let's see what we're going to do.
Right, let's see what this can do.
It's technical. Some very tight turns along the reservoir. Rear-wheel drive is perfect for this, though.
Now we're going to get 300,000 in just over 2 miles, but as long as we can get at least 1 or 2 stars, that'll be alright.
Really tight set of corners coming.
Well, to be fair, we're already getting up to nearly 100,000. Only a few hundred meters, so maybe it's possible. Well, it is going to be possible, but whether it's possible for me, well, that's a whole other story, really. Use of the handbrake is allowed, thankfully. So you do need to get up to some kind of speed before you start drifting around. So you have that momentum to carry you around corners.
This is all-wheel drive and pricey. Usually you see them on the pro drifting circuit. Luckily, we had one knocking around the festival.
You can only drift
so,
on the road.
I had a look at it for you. The GTR is famous as a modular platform, and that's not just because of the wheelbase and the organic grip. The VR38 DET engine is an exceptional starting point for a drift build.
Well, we're going to do it, surprisingly. I wasn't expecting us to. This kind of story's going to eat your batteries as well on your controller.
The stock turbos can easily make 700 bhp. You need to build for that amount of power at both ends of the intake exhaust flow, of course. The final analysis, not a cheap drift platform, but definitely a good one.
Sure there'll be people that are getting on for 500,000 points on that, but that's a satisfying amount of score for me.
That's a good car. What's the next recruitment vehicle?
Recruitment? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Sure. Call me.
To be honest, this might be able to be done in one episode, now I'm thinking about it. Those two didn't take very long there. So let's fast travel to the next one. Come on, pop up.
When you're over by the bridge, drop by. For you know what?
I'll slide right over then.
Jungle Kick. Robert has got his sticky mitts on a Formula Drift BMW 325i. Best go and have a look. Oh, even more points this time. 450,000. Wow. Don't think I've got anywhere close to that on a PR stunt, but...
That's a 325. Very nice. Not stock though, right?
Not at all. Get in. I'll tell you as we go. Rear-wheel drive, 6.2-litre V8 engine, developing 750 bhp. Custom camber for optimal entrance and exit angles. It's quite the piece of engineering.
I do wish they'd put a standard 325i on the game though, to be fair. Seems to, for the most part, be only M cars that they put on that are from BMW. Which is fine and all, they are the top spec kind of cars, but I would like some of the sportier, lesser known kind of cars, or at least not quite as top of the line cars. And I'm saying that even as not a massive BMW fan.
Alejandra said this was her first drift car. That makes sense. Abundant parts, reliable, and easy to work on too.
We'll easily get up to 300,000. I'm not sure about 450 though.
So, this is an interesting technical challenge. Drifting uphill. The additional inertia is a very intriguing factor in how you achieve the optimal corner approach. Oh, if you're interested in how we calculate drift scores, it's about speed and angle in the drift. That means there's a maximum theoretical value for a stretch of road, of course. Excellent lateral velocity management. That's absolutely at the top end of my projections.
Gotta be close. just about going to do it probably. Buggered up that corner. A lot closer this time, but still did it.
As before, we're
So I'm
running
more
some
fan with that.
informal
It's all
leaderboards for
gravy.
all of these little drives, and I worked up a few of Haley's accolades. Have a look at them. There's a bit of a reward for doing them all.
I'll take a look. Call me for the next one.
Yeah, I think we'll do the next 3. These don't take as long as the other Horizon stories, which typically have like 2 layers to them sometimes, and because of races they can take a little longer. So yeah, let's get to the next one. I figured they would take longer, so that's why I initially assumed that it couldn't have to split it into 2 parts, because I have done some of these Horizon stories that have gone up to like 40 minutes. So yeah, but this isn't looking like that lengthy. So
When you've got a moment, drop by the Copper Canyon.
I'm already here. Canyon curve, 700 additional horses, some canyon rows, and is that a drift Supra? Right, 600,000 points this time. This is really ramping it up. So let's hope we can do it.
I thought we'd been focusing on the classics a little unfairly. So, how about this? The 2020 151 Formula Drift Supra. This is based on a 2020 Toyota GR Supra, modified by Papadakis Racing, with approximately 700 extra bhp. But higher baseline speed necessitates maintaining the drift at a greater lateral velocity.
That means he's got more than 1,000 horsepower then if it's 700 extra. And more than 300 stock. That's one thing I wish would be added to Forza Horizon games is the stat information about what's going on with the car, like you have on the Forza Motorsport games. Even outside of replay mode, that's something you can switch on. Although granted, you do need a lot more buttons for this game than you do for the Forza Motorsport games. Changing the radio and the GPS and whatever else.
This is a really tough corner. Be ready to functionally destabilize the rear. The trick here, I find, is how faster cars need to balance forward velocity against the optimal angle. You are managing it nicely.
No, retreat. Let's rewind that. Saw that coming a mile off, still couldn't avoid it. There we go, much better. Oh dear. Hitting the canyon wall is not a good idea. This is why they normally do these kind of drift things on a track. These are quite deadly. I'll just leave it at that. It's fine. Gain more points
Tunnel
that way
ahead.
anyway.
You'll miss some lovely corners if you take it, though.
Which is why I'm not going through the tunnel. Also got to be mindful of the time as well. You've only got about 2 minutes or so left. Oh, that was good. That felt good, that one.
There we go. That's us into the upper projection range.
Still got a way to go to 600,000 though. There's more than 500,000. Oh dear. Balls that up. Oh, by the skin of our teeth. Yeah, we screwed up a couple of corners there.
Tell me, do you like volcanoes?
Yes, I do.
What are you up to, Rob?
Nothing at all. Thanks for the help. I'll call you.
No worries. God knows how many points they're going to put it up to next. Probably 750, 800,000. Are we going to be going all the way down the side of the volcano? Probably. Plenty of nice corners to go around.
I've got a bit of a muscle car for you to look at. Drop by when you have a moment.
A drift
They're not going to be
rated
this.
muscle car. I'm on my way.
Volcano run flexion muscles down the volcano switchbacks in the longest drift in Mexico. 1 million. Already? We're not even got to the last one yet. I would have thought that would have been for the last one at least. Alright then, that's a tall order.
That's the Formula Drift Mustang. Very nice.
It is. I told you this was a muscle drift, and we've got 6.9 miles of the nicest drift road I think I've ever seen to try it out on. Let's get cracking.
Okay then.
We're dealing with a supercharged 5-litre V8, giving you a good centre of rotation, very slightly biased front, 900 bhp to push out the back. It takes some, pardon my jocularity, lateral thinking to build a good drift car out of a muscle platform. But I think this is a very competent attempt.
Right, we're 10% of the way there. Luckily we have plenty of time for this. There's a quarter of the way there. Come on, we can do it.
Not bad for what's basically 1.5
one that
tons
was.
of 2015 Mustang GT. Just wait until you see... No. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's all downhill from here. I mean that in the topographical sense. Watch the corners, though. Can't drift if we hit trees.
Halfway. Going off road by accident. this is arduous in some ways, but it's really fun and a nice challenge as well. Three-quarters gone. Looks like it got much further to go though.
Right on the projection. I think we can do better though.
Come on, less than 10% to go. I mean, this is one way to build up a lot of skill points. Nearly there.
That's over 1 million drift points. That much tyre smoke must be visible from the city. I mean, if anyone was watching, which they're not.
Okay,
Oof.
time to come clean. What are you planning?
Just a little something we've been working. Well, you can wait a bit longer.
You're no good at keeping secrets, Rob. You know that.
That was a right challenge, that was. Very easy to get it wrong in several ways and then, you know, miss out on several corners, and that's all it would take to really screw you over.
Do you think you could just pop over to Guanajuato? Be quiet, he'll hear you.
Sure, Rob. Mum's the word.
We'll drive over there for this final one. Pretty sure I know what it's going to be. It's going to be us driving in the Mach-E, Ford Mustang Mach-E even, so we'll arrive there in style and comfort, but not in terms of massive performance. Not when other Trans Ams are getting in the way, that is. But yeah, love this car. Does make me wish we had other cars like it in the game though. Like I said in my review, I really would like the Lincoln Continental from 1962, I think it is, and the Buick Riviera, which was around at the same time as this. Both other personal luxury cars that would fit right into this game, with this being featured now. Yeah, it's no drifter, that's for sure, with its front-wheel drive and 63% of his weight up front.
In 400 yards, turn right.
Especially not with its awful brakes.
Turn right. In 200 yards, you will arrive at your destination.
Right, let's see what Rob has in store for us. Drift Club Mexico. It's time for the grand finale to mark the arrival of the Drift Club in Mexico, with a glorious display of controlled oversteer around the streets and tunnels of Guanajuato. With a little help from drift legend Vaughn Gittin Jr. Never heard of it yet, but we're only got to get 100,000. But I imagine it's quite a tight, small circuit or course.
I see you've brought some friends, Rob.
Yeah, well, just the local chapter of Drift Club Mexico. We thought we'd surprise you.
Well, there's more spectators than I expected. We're a secret club. Right, let's put on a bit of a show then.
Well, we're not in the Mach-E, but we are in a Ford.
Just turn it... Oh, just go straight down the stairs.
Yeah, this is
Mr. Kenneth
be
Brock's
difficult.
Hooligan Gymkhana 10 Ford Focus RS RX. 2-litre, turbocharged, front-mounted engine and all-wheel drive. There's only the one seat, so I will be the voice in your head. Guanajuato has something of a drift culture, you know. The tunnels, the narrow streets, the cathedral square.
The roads are closed, right?
Oh yes, our newest member Pablo organised it.
Oh, where am I going? Don't get the tunnel, I forgot. Down we go. Right, still saying
Now follow
10,000.
the tunnels, watch the walls, they're snaggy.
Yeah, I know they are. I've raced around this plenty of times and been snagged by it. Don't know why it's still saying 10,000, but we've definitely got more than we need.
Left hand fork. Coming up on the end,
Oh dear.
and a peek at the future of drifting.
A little bit clumsy at times, but we got there.
I've got a bit of a confession. You see,
Oh, here we go.
we've got another car for you to have a look at.
Is that what I think it is?
The RTR Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400, the first fully electric drift and gymkhana platform. Should we take it out for a bit of a spin?
Yeah.
This car was customized by drift legend and engineering wizard Mr. Vaughn Gitton Jr. and the fine people at RTR. Why? To answer that
switch it on the fly,
age-old
by the way.
question, what is the future
That's
of
rear-wheel drive.
controlled oversteer?
What's up, Rob? Looks like you two are having a lot of fun with that car.
Oh, yes. Vaughn, it's quite a piece of work. Could I perhaps press you for your impressions working on it? For the members.
Getting behind the wheel of the Ford Mustang Mach-E 1400 completely changed my perspective on what power and torque can be. Together, my team at RTR Vehicles and Ford Performance spent over 10,000 hours working collaboratively on this to bridge the gap between what people believe an electric car can do and what it can actually do. Turns out it is well beyond my wildest expectations. The Mustang Mach-E 1400 uses 7 motors, 3 on the front differential and 4 on the rear, giving us 1,400 horsepower so we can do anything from drifting to high-speed track racing. Every piece of aero and every duct you see is functional for aerodynamics and cooling. This car makes 2,300 pounds of downforce at 160 miles per hour.
That's impressive.
Ford has made it clear that they are bringing fun and function to the battery electric vehicle space, and this is just the start. I've watched even the most seasoned vets turn into giggly little kids behind the wheel and in the passenger seat of this wild machine. So, mission accomplished.
Oh dear, slip and slide. Now, does all the power go through those front rear wheels when you turn off the all-wheel drive? Or do you
We're
have less
almost
power?
at the end. But as you've noticed, we've been running in all-wheel drive mode with all 7 motors.
I haven't been,
So,
I've
for the
changed it
next
already.
bit, let's try something different.
Oh dear, building. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to get a hang on.
Was all-wheel drive.
No, it's not.
The motor layout allows you to change drivetrain essentially at the push of a button.
I've already done it. 'Cause I already knew about it.
So, just toggle it over from all-wheel drive into rear-wheel drive, shutting down the front motors, and then off we go. The fastest drivetrain swap you will ever do.
Does that mean it has less power then? Going for those rear wheels. I imagine it's still a lot, but I mean it doesn't have 1400 horsepower running rear wheel drive only.
Nice right-left opportunity ahead. Careful as you manage the inertia transfer.
I think the 100,000 points was for this bit. The other bits were just to make sure you were getting a hang on the vehicle itself. Make some really funky noises all this.
Very hard left, then right. Then sideways into the tunnel.
Spin me round. Yeah, it's a little bit more uncontrollable than the other cars running only rear wheel drive mode. I guess it's just about getting used to it.
Ahead here, and we're heading for where we started. On behalf
3
of
stars
Drift
with
Club
that.
Mexico, as well as RTR and Ford Performance, let me thank you for this show of the noble art of intentional oversteer. So, we thought you might like to keep the Mach-E.
Oh, why not? I'll have it.
That's amazing. But wait, won't Vaughan want it back though?
Oh, this is an exact duplicate of his. Let's just say I'm a bit excitable too.
And there we go. So we get a nice car out of it. We've earned skill points, money, experience. Right, we'll take a quick look at the Mach-E. We've got plenty of, we've got accolades and everything just from doing that. So it's well worth doing that Horizon story, even if you're not into drifting. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of drifting, but yeah. Where is it under RTR or just Formula Drift? I have no idea. RTR? Nope. Be under Ford then, surely. I just wasn't seeing it. Doesn't help when I have a bunch of these Fiestas everywhere. Where is it? Or do I have to pick it up? Not the accolades. Yes, I do. My fault. So we get that. We got some Drift Club racing suit. And the helmet, obviously. Right, now we can find the Ford. Thank you. That's my fault there. Should have realised that. There we go. So, yeah, 5.6 speed, 6.9 handling, 7.3 acceleration, 8.1 launch, 8.4 braking, and it's even somewhat decent off-road. But yeah, 1400 horsepower, 1832 pounds-feet of torque, and weighing in at 5,000 pounds. So let's see the stats on it in terms of acceleration and top speed. That's pretty quick. 2.683 to 60, 4.7 to 100, which is quicker than most cars to 60, and 150, well, nearly 160 miles an hour. That is pretty darn quick. you have to remember this isn't a car that's really about acceleration or anything like that. Actually we want it in all-wheel drive mode, so then we can fly off the line like that. Whoa! Actually, I want to go to a drag strip because that is not going to take very long to get up to its top speed at all, is it? Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, that doesn't take very long to get up to its top speed. And obviously when you're at 160 mile an hour, like I said, you have all of that downforce helping you. So you've got plenty of handling on the go as well to go with that all-wheel drive system. So yeah, a very impressive car. Can't say I'm a massive fan of the standard Mach-E, especially given it's called the Mustang, which is not, is it really, to be honest? But still, as a drift car, with all that power, it's impressive enough. And you get the chance to get all of that via the car mastery. So yeah, a couple of wheel spins, XP, some Forza Fun points. So yeah, all around a very good Horizon story there. Easily one of my favourite ones out of the lot that we've ever tried out, because we've had several on Forza Horizon 4, and yeah, this is definitely one of the strongest ones out of this game as well. But nonetheless, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.